Hi, my name is Dorian Vaughn. I'm a junior at Rider University. I'm here to give you guys my speech. Have you ever been in a situation where you was judged by certain inferences by someone else? Well, oftentimes we see this situation happen to us. We're judged by our appearance or by the situation where we've been in, and people automatically assume they can make these judgment calls based upon that. The value of listening to this speech is that you'll get a better understanding of what hasty generalization is and what involves it. Having doing my research and gain more useful information on what hasty generalization is, I've understand it more, and it's given me an ability to be able to talk to you guys more about it. Hasty generalization is a fallacy in which a conclusion that is reached is not logically justified by sufficient or unbiased evidence. Hasty generalization is seen throughout our daily lives. Specifically, it is seen through race/nationality, gender, and places around the world. First off, I'd like to talk to you guys more about the race/nationality aspect of hasty generalization. In the article, The Fallacy of Black on Black Crime, it talks about how police officers and just regular people make these judgment calls based upon what they see in their neighborhoods of black on black crime being popular, so-called popular, when in actuality, white on white crime is more popular than black on black crime. But since police officers see this in the neighborhoods they've been in, they automatically assume another black person is involved in that same activity, when in actuality they're not. They automatically assume that they're suspicious, and it's already bad enough for already being judged by the color of our skin, but now since they've seen this black on black crime, they automatically gain this perception that, oh, this person is suspicious. Look at the example of Trayvon Martin. He was just going to the store to get candy and bring back home, but someone came across and saw him wearing a hoodie and automatically assumed that he was suspicious, and Trayvon Martin ended up losing his life because of it. U.S. Hispanics is another example. Oftentimes when we see Hispanics around, people assume that they're Mexican, but that's not the only nationality or descent that they can come from. They can come from different backgrounds. It's not just Mexican. We shouldn't just assume that they're Mexican just because we see that they're Hispanic. This kind of switches over to my next point of gender with males and females. Males in particular, we are seen as the bigger authority in society, and we're expected to be the ones to bring in a source of income. But this assumption helps us to make these judgment calls when we see other people, like husbands and wives. We see them together, automatically assume husbands are the ones bringing in the source of income and taking care of the family, when in actuality, maybe in that situation, the female is the one bringing the source of income, and the dad's the one being home, taking care of the family and doing the chores around the house. But we grown up in a society where this is what we know. And same thing, like I said, with females. Females are supposed to be the ones to take care of the family, to watch the kids, to cook, clean, make sure the house is kept apart. When we see couples together, we automatically assume that's what the female is doing, and that's a hasty generalization. For my third point, I want to talk to you guys about places around the world. For myself, growing up in Lakewood, New Jersey, and going to Lakewood High School, oftentimes I get asked this question: what school have you gone to? What school have you come from? And when I say Lakewood High School, in the area that I'm from, they'd be like, oh, really? Like, how is it there? And they automatically assume I'm disruptive, I'm violent, or I'm not getting a good education, when in actuality I came out fine. It's a hasty generalization based off stuff they've heard, and it's not factual evidence. As well as in the United States. If you look at the United States and the different advertisement that's going on and the politics, you can see in commercials that nowadays they're just talking about random stuff in the background and then want to offer this product. But how can you come to a conclusion of buying that product if you wasn't even talking about it to begin with. And within politics, in an article I read back during 9/11, when people was trying to get in office after that time, most people were saying, oh, if I'm not in office, then more terrorist attacks will happen. How can you make that judgment call? You can't predict the future. No one can. So how can you say, oh, if I'm not in office, then there will be terrorist attacks? This brings me to my conclusion of my speech. Hasty generalization is seen throughout our daily lives, and hopefully listen to this speech, you get a better understanding that it's seen through race/nationality, gender, and places around the world. Thank you for listening.